Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for dropping by this exciting session of Raft. We're all considered rafters, I believe, now, because, we're not so much in the rafters, but we're doing the rafting, so one of those things. Chris, OG, Brian, and whoever else is out there watching, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to see you all. Anyone else who's not in the chat, that's totally fine. Anyone who's watching the pre-recorded version later, also totally fine. Hello and welcome all the same. Chris, you make a very interesting point there. Sometimes doing less work is the more efficient way to paradise, as it were. So yes, there's not so much the laziness of it, but the cleverness of implementing something that you go, hey, I can do this in my own time, and then have the players have a good time while they're at it. But still, it means there's a lot of whoops, my monitor's just disappeared. Uncool. It still means so much work to be done. I think Raft came out 2018 and it's now 2020, so they've already been developing for 2 years. And I think they had already been developing it for several years before they released it on Steam Early Access. I don't think there is a release date yet. They're kind of happy to just plod along in Early Access until they're literally finished with the game, no matter how long that takes. Kind of clever, isn't it? So yes, one of those things. So before we get the party started, as it were, I wanted to show you a couple of things that I've been rendering overnight. And those are, can I see this? One is related to what we've just seen in the beginning, which is the cinema animation, and I've discovered something in DAZ Studio that's called the iRay section node, I believe, and this is what it can do. So it's technically an infinite plane that can slice everything in your scene, no matter what's in it. So you can use it on characters and all that. You can literally just, it's infinite, so you can't change the size of it, but you can change the position of it, and as you do that, things will just get sliced off. So above it there will be retained, or no, actually above it they'll be sliced off, and below it they'll be retained, and you can animate that section node. That's kind of a cool effect that you can do here. So yeah, I've had this render overnight in DAZ Studio, and that's kind of a neat effect. So you can see what's inside the cinema. I might play with that a little bit more. I've just made a video about that, which will be released sometime next week, I guess, or the week after, once I've done all the thumbnails and descriptions and all that. Or my supporters on Ko-fi and Patreon, they already have access to it. And I thought it's kind of a neat effect. I've made another one. So this is the cinema, and I've also made this one here. This is a London double-decker bus, and that is also fairly neat, the stuff that you can do with it. Look at that. We always wanted to know what's on the inside of the tires. You just pair that up with a nice little effect. And Brian, I was actually thinking of you when you made that animation of the painterly animated girl who goes through this magic portal, and she's real on one side and then she's a painterly version of herself on the other. And there is a video on Brian's channel that explains how that works. So very neat idea. And I thought, yeah, this is a similar effect. You can literally have a character jump through that section plane, and then the character disappears at the moment he goes through that. So yeah, I thought, I just literally woke up and assembled this in Photoshop, and then I thought, yeah, I'm going to share this with you. So it's not quite ready for prime time yet, but it'll be, I'll assemble a few of these together and see what other exciting and interesting effects we can make with that. Yes, iRay section node. It's under the create menu if you want to have a play with it, have a fiddle with it. But now, of course, let's go on with the raft. I've put myself in the top right corner because I believe there is something that happens in the bottom right, and I thought you should all see what that is. It's when I pick up things, that is that's when materials and stuff appear in the bottom right hand corner. So there we go. The game does not have controller support natively enabled. And I'll tell you why, or what the problem with that in a moment. So I'm using the Steam version for that. Somebody came up with a clever configuration, which I've then reconfigured. We're, of course, creating a new world. So there's creative, which means you have everything and you can just go build anything and everything. But there's no real story in that. Peaceful is the one that we're going to play. That is the one, a more relaxed version of Raft, where enemies are no threat, which is kind of nice because there is a thing that even on the easy level, there's a shark in the water. We'll meet him. I think Bruce is his name. And Bruce is eating away at the raft. So as we're on the raft, Bruce will just destroy the raft continuously, which leads to this point that we never really get anything done, nor ever get to the bottom of the story, which I find, it's not really my kind of gameplay. So that's on easy, normal, and hard. You cannot respawn without the help of a friend, so yeah, unbelievable. So I'm going to use peaceful, and friends can join, sure, why not? I mean, I don't know. I haven't really explored the multiplayer thing on this game at all. I don't really know how it works or why that would be a cool experience. I suppose you just give people the option. So we're going to call this WP Guru. How about that? Or maybe the. I like the WP Guru world. How about that? Awesome. WP Guru world sounds like a theme park. Let's do that. WP Guru world. All right. Create world. Boom. Nice. It's been a while since I've played it. I think I've got about 30 hours in this game. And it's a survival game. Lone survivor on the sea. It reminds me a little bit of Subnautica above the sea. With less stuff that you can craft. Essentially. And I don't remember what game engine this was made with either. Could be Unity. I don't think it's Unreal. Could be something else. It's made somewhere in Scandinavia. Also forgot where that was. Could be Sweden, could be Denmark. I really don't know. The guy who made the music, Yannick Schmidt, he's from Germany, by the way. Born 1996 in Eutin. I remember that because we went on a class trip there once. Sometime in the 80s, I guess. So yeah, Eutin. Or Eutin, as you probably pronounce it in the English-speaking world. Whoa, there we go, look at that. That is all we have, and that is all there's to the world. There's nothing. There's just nothing, and a seagull. That is awesome. So yes, this is the only bit of platform that we're currently standing on. This is kind of an exciting... This is just exciting. We also have a menu here. There we go, this is our menu, which lets us craft stuff as we find it, but currently we don't have anything, so that's not good. That brings up the menu. Just trying to familiarize myself with the controls here. That is the menu key. That's cool. Oh yeah, and look at that. We kind of move. And we have hunger, I believe. There we go. Caught our first plank. That's awesome. So that's how you make stuff. The stuff just passes by. You drift in the open sea. And stuff just passes by and you have to catch it. And as you then catch it, you can make things with it. This includes food, by the way. The hook, of course, is going to wear out over time because it wouldn't be a survival game if you could just use a hook forever. No, it just goes and, breaks at one point. But yes, planks. Oh man. Planks. This is going well, isn't it? Planks and plastic is pretty much the #1 resource in the water. No one really knows where it came from. Oh, there's also palm leaves here. That's also nice. And no palm leaf for you. There we go. Yes, and that is basically all there's to it, to the game. You just have to do this forever, and then you build literally hotel-style luxury liners as you gain more material. The good thing is also, there's the point where you can... That's nice. Oh, there's the shark. Hello, shark. Good thing he doesn't attack us. That would just put a complete damper on it. There's other goodies that you can find, like this barrel here, for example. That is kind of nice. Let me just grab the barrel here, see if I can get it. And... hiya! Look at all the goodies in there. Raw potato, plastic, and a bit of rope. That is so nice. And I think we can eat the potato. There we go. Eating the potato. There we go. Did it hydrate me? No, not at all. Oh yes, water. That I remember that. There's this thing about... us not being able to drink the seawater here. So this is of course all salty water. That means undrinkable for us. I think we can drink it, but it'll make us even more dehydrated or something. 2 barrels. Unbelievable. This hook thing is a little bit, takes a little bit of getting used to, because often it just doesn't really. You have to throw the hook where you think the next piece of flotsam is going to be, and of course, you know, that's not easy. You can also leave the hook there. You can't move the hook once it's in the water. You can only pull it in, and you can see by that little yellow strap at the bottom of the hook that the hook's usability is going to wear out over time. Yes, that's the game. But look, also there's a funky little island straight ahead, so that is kind of nice. We can see if we can dock there. We can go swimming, which is a problem if the shark is not friendly. So like, you know, shark. Hey shark, how's it going? Are we underwater now? Yes, I guess we are. Can we go diving, go up and down? I forgot how that works. Oh yeah. Go up, go down. There we go. And then, of course, we must remember that we shouldn't really swim too far away from the piece of our own rafty piece of thing here. Looks like we're just about heading towards the island. We're not there yet, Brian, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So it's exciting. Because the thing is, there is some kind of a mystery that we need to, you know, unearth. So there's a story to this game. It's not just us floating on the ocean. There is a story, like, you know, what happened to this thing. I don't quite remember where or how we bring that up. There we go. You are a forward scout. That's us. Your raft is your home. Your hook is your friend. Bit of a game instruction here. If your raft breaks, you patch it up. If your hook is lost, you make another. If you find the big blue stretching out forever, that means you aren't paying attention. We're coming to that in a moment. There's nothing you can't make if you have the right salvage. There's stuff down here. I think I'm eager to pick this stuff up, because this is good stuff. Underwater here, seaweed. I think we need that. That's an important crafting material. Hey Bruce, how you doing? I gotta be really quick here, because otherwise my little rafty bit's gonna totally go away. Oh yes, also we of course run out of oxygen as we are underneath the water for too long. Oh, there we go. Our raft is parked handily by the island, so that's nice. That's really good. So we don't have to worry about it floating away, anchors and all that. We don't have to always catch stuff with the frickin' hook. We can also just go and pick it up as we're in the water. And of course, like with every survival game, with every hoarding type game, there comes a point where you can't pick stuff up anymore. We're just, you know, we're just too full. Hey, this is really nice. Let's go spend some time here, pick up some of that seaweed, because that is stuff that we need. I don't know if now or later, but yes, that's important stuff to keep. Well, there's also this here. I think I can I can hack this with my little hook here. Scrap. Always good. There's also this. Is this something interesting, or is this clay? Yeah, I think clay could be interesting. Whew! Just about made it. More seaweed. Oh yes. Seaweed is a little bit like cattail in this game, or copper. If you don't have it, you're going to spend forever searching for it. If you do have it, you usually have plenty of it. And it makes funky stuff. So it can be melted down, I believe, into things that can then be turned into, I don't know, water bottles and stuff like that. Well, we'll worry about you in a moment, little raft thing. I'll see if I can have a look on the island. Oh, yes. That is nice. Because on the island, sometimes there's funky stuff that you can pick up. So these things we could fell if only we had an axe. How do you make an axe again? I don't quite remember. Let's see what happens if I go and open my menu. There we go. So this is how we craft things. Stone axe. Oops. We need 3 stones and 2 ropes. So it looks like 1 more stone and we could make ourselves a stone axe. There's also a building hammer. Useful for expanding your raft. We should make one of those. Aha! Building hammer is ours. I like it. That's a bit like the base builder in Subnautica, where you can then add stuff to your raft, make the platform bigger, build, beds and everything, literally. So plastic hook. Well, ours is still holding up strong, so we're gonna keep that. Fishing rod. We need some serious amount of rope for that. Shark bait. Yeah, luckily the shark isn't bothering us. Research table. This is all the stuff that we could make. I think the most important thing that I'm gonna have a look into is, I don't know if we can make it yet. Oh, there's a paddle here. That's nice. The paddle is good because it'll get us away from the current point where we are. Streamer. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see about that. But yes, the most important thing that we should look into is stuff that lets us cook things, like yellow flower. No, let's not worry about the yellow flower. Let's worry more about stone, so we can make an axe. That means we can fell these trees, which then drop edible fruit. Yeah, I think a barbecue and something along the lines of a water purifier. I think that's good stuff to have. Currently we're doing okay on the thirst and hunger front, but of course that's not always going to be the same. Is there coffee? Do you know, I don't remember. That is a very good question, Brian. I don't remember if there's coffee or not. Clam. Yeah, why not? What else is here? Is there coffee? That is a very good question. I don't think there is. I wish there was. I think that's one of the things I seem to remember thinking, that I wish there was coffee. Is this stone? Or is this something equally interesting? Sand. Man, who needs that? You'd imagine stone is around here quite a lot, but no. Don't know what we're going to do with all the scrap. I just thought, I'll pick it up, none the same. Oh, there's a whole day-night cycle, so it'll get dark, of course, as well. As it does. Oh, these are stones here. I think this is stone. Can I hack away at them? Oh, yes. Pick up the stone, my friend. Make yourself that... Oh, no, that's clay. No stone. Do you know, but speaking of coffee, Brian, there was an idea I had yesterday. And let me have your input on that. Maybe it's one of those things that I wonder I should implement. I currently don't really have a thermos, like a thermos bottle. And I only really have a thermos cup as such. And I've recently, I keep using it literally as a bottle for my coffee. So I make a few cups in the morning, and then I will put it in there, and then I decant it into either a ceramic cup or another shorter insulated cup. And I'm thinking I should invest into a larger thermos bottle that lets me pour the coffee much better than I can pour it out of a cup, because that usually ends in disaster. And you know what it's like when you put dairy products over your keyboard. That's just not going to recover from that. Not easily anyway. And I was thinking I should really invest into a thermos bottle. And I like decanting it because the thermos cup that I have is a nice cup. And it's great to drink from or take it on trips and all. But it's a bit too tall when it's on my desk. And my desk is seriously limited in place. Copper, look at that. It's just like Subnautica again, isn't it? Woo, nicely done. So the cup is just a bit too tall, and it occludes parts of my monitor, so I can never see the bottom menus of stuff. So one of those things. Zinkow, hello. So nice to see you again. How are you today? I haven't seen you in such a long time. I hope you're doing okay. How's the journey of the DAS studio treating you? I'm spending some time underwater today, trying to figure out how to make stuff in Raft. Oh yeah, it's the shark. He's okay though, he's our friend. I really like that about this mode of the game. Is this sand as well? Sand, look at that. But more seaweed. Tell you, had I known that I had to pick all this stuff up. Whew. On my first playthrough. There's more clams down here. Yeah, sometimes it's just life, isn't it? It just gets in the way and you have so much stuff to do. I'm so glad to see you again. This is nice. Nice, get the old crew back together over a chilled out game. It's nice that you drop in because I've made several. I had a really creative phase here recently, and I've made several new DAS Studio videos, and they're kind of trickling out on Patreon now, and then they'll be released next week or the week after on YouTube for everybody. But yes, I've been. This is kind of how it happens with my creativity, that sometimes I don't pick up a program for several months and then I feel like I want to get back to it. And this is what happened with DAS Studio. So I've discovered these exciting new features, the section node, and on this occasion I've also explained how geoshells work and how, what was the other thing? Geoshells, section node, and there's a third feature. Decals, that's it. Decals. I had another question from a viewer about how to roll camera, so I've explained that. And while I was at it, I've made some videos about OBS as well. That was another thing that I had some questions about. So yes, been very creative, and it's been so creative, in fact, that I've run into some problems with my editing software, literally with all the editing softwares that I'm using. And I think I've tracked down the problem. It had to do with the fact that I've been using my old GTX 970 and my RTX 2080 in the same computer to kind of speed up the render time. And what happened was that I suppose the latest NVIDIA driver supports either or, and if both cards, older and newer technology, are in the same machine, that just doesn't really work well. So the computer kept crashing when I rendered things out, and that's not so good. So there we go. Yes, that's I've fixed that by literally taking out the GTX 970. Poor little guy. Oh, that's interesting, Brian. Why not? DAS, come on, get your act together. I believe another Brian on my Discord server, he said that DAS are thinking about / are in the process of changing the store over to a different thing. I know they're using Magento under the hood, and it looks like they're switching to another system. That's interesting. I don't know where he gets this information from. It's usually accurate, if very ahead and advanced. Stone axe. Ah man, no, we still need that one stone. Stone and rope. I think rope we can build out of palm leaves. Do you know there's a really neat feature here? Can we not make rope? Rope not around. Oh, looks like there's no rope. Oh, there's rope. There we go. So you can either, if you get a recipe that requires rope, you can either go to rope and then go and craft it. If you can make it, it's green, that button. So I'll just make one. I know that for this other recipe I need two, which was what was it? The stone axe. There we go. So it's kind of nice. This button is now red. I know I can't make it, but I know that I need to make some rope for this. And this is really handy in this game, that you just go, well, make a rope from here. So you don't have to go find where the rope recipe is and go in there, make it, then come back here. You can just then go and, hey, if you need rope and you have the ingredients to make rope and this recipe requires rope, just make yourself some rope. So you can make rope from here, which is awesome. Also condenses my inventory a little bit. I think I'll just make tons of ropes. So only one more stone to grab, and then we can go and see what we can do about felling these trees here. Yellow flower. We don't really need the flower. That's cool. Flowers, they're just there to make paint. So for that you have to have a paint mill, and the paint mill needs to be, as always, flowers we're going to work with later. Blue flower. Watermelon. Now that's exciting. Let's pick up the watermelon, because that is good for hydration. See, these are mangoes on the tree here, but of course without an axe I can't pick up the tree. Can't shake the tree either. Yellow flower, yeah, we're alright with that. Don't need no yellow flower or white flower. See if we can go all the way up. Plant the flag. Pineapple! Look at that. That's nice. Let's grab some pineapple. Yeah, mine worked last night as well. I remember having to do this to install DAS on the other machine that also has a 2080 in it now. Very nice. I decided to split them up. I think that's more efficient for my workflow. I had them in the same machine for a while. That's also great, so that renders really fast. But it's also really nice to have them in separate machines like Brian has. So I like that. Because that is how exciting streaming entertainment can be brought to you while the rendering isn't happening as fast. I can now encode a stream with one of the cards and use the other card to play this game. Very neat. Yeah, so last night those DAS servers, they worked for me as well. So, there's this mysterious little box here. I thought I'm going to grab it, but I'm going to slip off every time I try. So one of those things. What is this? Can we pick that up? Those boxes sometimes have neat things in them. How can I run in this game? I don't remember if I can run. I think there was something, runability, I believe is implemented. I just forgot how I mapped it on the joystick. Yeah, so sadly, no native joystick support or gamepad support in Raft just yet. And I think they've shot themselves in the foot with that. Ooh, blueprint receiver, I like it. I'm always a big fan of implementing these essentials really early on in a game or in anything that you make. If you don't do this, and this is what happened with Raft, they've mapped functions of what you need to do to so many buttons that you basically need to play this game with more buttons than there are available on a gamepad. And had you implemented gamepad support earlier on, you would have noticed that. But because no one did that, they're now thinking, dang, what happens when this comes to console release? Well, you're screwed essentially. And you have to change the menu, which is not a nice experience for anybody. So yes, that is a bit of an issue. I'll try one more time to reach this thing, and then we're going to expand our raft and make ourselves on our way here. There's more of these boxes in the game. Yeah, you know, maybe, Brian, it's Saturday and no one's in the office to reset the server. That could be. Oh, there we go. We're already getting the trippy vision here. That means... and we're coughing a lot. That means we're seriously dehydrating. Let me just go eat that watermelon. There we go. And another one. Can take 2 bites of a massive watermelon. That's nice. And in fact, I can just go and eat the second one as well. Notice how it takes a little bit of time for my sustenance to kick in. That's a nice little mechanism there. Okay, let's try this one more time. Over here. Was that a bird that just flew through the viewport here? I think it was. Ah, man. Navigation, not the strong suit. There we go. Okay, so we can go up to here, but now we're going to have to... Yes! Look at that, we made it! That's awesome, because this is like one of those crates. I mean, who put that here? It's made of plastic, looks like a cooler crate. See what's inside. Whoa! Vine goo, plank, scrap, all kinds of things. That's exciting. Pineapple seeds, by the way, that's also nice. I think I might just go shift some of this stuff up over here. Like a ton of scrap. And then the potato and the good stuff that we can actually eat, that goes down here. Yeah, stone. How am I going to get stone? Seaweed. So seaweed turns into vine goo, I seem to remember. And then there's clay. And there's copper. And there's all kinds of plastic and stuff. There, let's go put that in here. And I suppose potato we can eat. This we can just go put in here. I think it's already time that we made ourselves another plastic hook. Yeah, let's craft another one of those. Because this one's not going to last for much longer. Anyway, I think we've reached everything that we can reach on this island. Let's go back on our, well, I don't know if you can call it a raft. Collected a ton of stuff underneath the ocean here. Oh, we need to make ourselves a paddle. Otherwise, we're not gonna get off this little position here. We've kind of just drifted towards the island. That's a nice little game mechanic there. Yeah, so let's go make ourselves a little paddle. Paddle. Where is that? Wooden spear. Paddle, there we go. Made out of rope, plastic and plank. Well, thankfully we have a lot of that. Alrighty. Paddle also stops working at one point. How are we ever going to get anywhere with all these non-items? See if we can circumvent the island. And see where else the flotsam takes us. Or let's say the current takes us. Bar Island's been great. Last piece of land we're going to see for a while. I'll just eat a potato while we feast our eyes on saying goodbye to this thing. Oh, I've noticed yesterday, while I was installing DAS on the other computer, which I had recently flattened, that's the reason why DAS Studio wasn't on there anymore. When I reinstalled DAS Studio on there, I didn't have, I had some content left, but I didn't have Install Manager on there anymore. And I thought, well, no worries, I'll just go and grab that from the DAS website. And it turns out they're now by default telling you, no, use DAS Central because it's so awesome. Yeah, use DAS Central. It's like so cool. And you have to really dig to get Install Manager. So that is slightly disturbing news, but hey, what are we going to do? Guess it's the dent of time. My experience with DAS Central, not exactly favorable. Can't say it's an awesome tool as such. Quite the opposite. So I'm super happy to use the regular old Install Manager. Sometimes it's actually easier to just go to these things and just go and pick them up here without having to desperately try and reach them via that hook. Especially in the peaceful game, it's just much easier to just grab these things while you're swimming. And really there's so many of these items, I'm not going to pick most of them up. I'm going to focus on things like the barrels. They have much more interesting stuff in them. Lots of planks, rather than picking up, a single plank. Have lots of planks. Now you can research an antenna. That sounds good. There's a receiver, there's an antenna. There's all kinds of stuff. Anything underwater now. That was just the reflection, I guess, of the HDRI that we saw here. Or of the clouds or whatnot. Barrel, come to me. And you, plank. Got some serious building work to do. The Beard Goblin! Top of the morning! Top of the evening, rather. Afternoon, should I say. Oh, is that so, Chris? How interesting. Oh, maybe they're getting rid of some of the older content that is just not that Central compatible. Who knows? Interesting. Because some content that I've bought years ago still comes only with poser materials and with 3D Light materials. It doesn't have IRA materials. So maybe those types of products are being slowly retired. That is interesting. That is quite sad. But yes, DAS Central to be avoided. DAS want you to use it because it's good for them. It's not so much good for us. But hey. It's a bit like Apple, isn't it? Yes, I've just found out that the new version of macOS, called Big Sur, I believe, to be released this month. Maybe it has already been released, don't know. It's been out as a beta version for since the summer, really. That no longer works on my Mac. So yes, macOS 11 not compatible with my Mac Mini anymore. And I'm fine with that. I'm not even using the latest version, Catalina. I've only just installed that in a partition just so that I can build Mac projects with Unreal Engine that required Catalina. And so that is the latest one that is actually compatible with my hardware. But there comes a point also where you just have to say, okay, that's I'm gonna have to make a clean break and say I just can't really use that stuff anymore. And rather than upgrade hardware, just keep the hardware around for as long as it works with a certain type of software. So yeah, so no Big Sur for me, and I think that's when I'm gonna break my Mac hardware lineage. Different on the iOS front, but Mac have plans to not use Intel processors anymore. And yeah, I'm not really, I don't know how I feel about that. Not that I care that much about it, but it's, you know, I have my Mac for office work and writing and emails and all that stuff, and I don't really need to buy another Mac Mini for $2,000 just so that Mac have their way with operating systems. So no Mac. Sorry about that, Apple. So yes, with this building hammer here, by the way, we can expand our raft. All we need is more stuff. So we have, it takes 2 pieces of plank to make that happen, but also 2 pieces of plastic, and I think I only have 1. So we're gonna have to reel in some more plastic. And oh, another island. That is fortunate. See if there's anything else underneath here, above ground. Maybe are these stones? They may be stones. Stone, yes, baby, awesome. Swimming with the sharks. That's exactly what I'm doing. But I've been hook broke. But I've made sure I've picked the peaceful version of this game. So the game thankfully has an option to let us pick: is the shark and all the other animals that we're gonna meet hopefully later, are they friendly or are they gonna attack you? And I've played this game for about 30 hours already, so it's nice little chill out, hang out and shoot the breeze type game. But I've played one version with the shark, and that wasn't really for me. So it really ruins it, because all the pieces of the raft that we've just been building, the shark just keeps destroying them all the time, and it's just I had a feeling I never really got anywhere, because your progress is severely hampered by what the shark does. So I've decided I'm going to give the shark a miss. Pick up some more stones here, because stones, they're necessary so we can build an axe. That means we can build trees, we can find more wood, we can do all kinds of other things. That is nice. I think also when I played the game first, I neglected all the good stuff that was to be found underneath the water. I just kept rafting and exploring islands. But there's so much stuff underneath the water. Ooh, what happened here? Maybe it's muddy water, don't know. Exactly, and I think it's always about how clever the game developers are. If they give us a choice, do we want to feel endlessly frustrated or not? Because there is something to be said that some players, they really enjoy this endless frustration. and I don't. And it's nice that we get that choice. I think we had a similar choice in Among Trees, and that was nice as well, that we could say, shall we just make it peaceful so that the bear does not attack us, or shall we let the bear literally rip us to pieces? Oh, look at that, there's a sail we can make. That means we can get nudged against the wind. That is nice. Also, Throwable Anchor. That is another exciting little thing, so that if we rush past an island or some other thing that we wanted to explore, we can just put the anchor in and go, oh, that's nice. So, but we wanted to build, well, empty cup of water. Yes, that is an important thing to make, actually. Don't think we could make that in the beginning. Simple purifier, that we need to make. For that, we need to really have more space on the raft first. So let's make ourselves a stone axe. Yes, stone axe, come to me. Stone axe, where are you actually? That's the stone axe. I'm going to move that over here. Yeah, it's more of a game built for mouse and keyboard rather than a gamepad. So somebody very clever has added controls to Steam, so it's not actually the game developer who did that. Somebody clever who just added these mechanics on Steam. So Steam now translates my joystick movements into mouse movements, and that is what the game receives. Which is why it's a little bit awkward. So I'm never a big fan of the joystick mouse. That's never really good, but hey, that's cool. Look at that. Let's fell the tree. Get a coconut in the process. And tons of planks. There we go, no more tree. Nice. Red flower, we're not big fans. But we are big fans of the coconut. Because, you know, we do need to eat and drink. Don't think we can make it to the very top of there, I don't think. That was the island. There's no more trees to fell. I'm alright with that. Let's pick up some more flotsam here. In particular plastic, because that is what we need a lot of to build our floaty panels here. This is all plastic here. It always gives the same thing, that just appear in 2 or 3 types of forms. Palm leaves, yeah, why not? There are things, I'll see when we can build them, there are things that you can put on the outside of your raft that will actually collect stuff as you go over them. That is nice. So you can spend time on other things in the game. Yes, and apparently there's a multiplayer component to this game. I don't know how that works, if you both have a raft, or if you have a joint raft, or what. There's also, of course, battle components in there, because it's just so very much in us humans that when we meet one another, we think, hey, that's fascinating, but also let's kill each other, because, you know, that's important too. What a shame. But hey, just the way things are designed, aren't they? I might have another quick round underneath the water here before we set off. This is sand? Oh yes, sand. Eventually there comes a point where you have so much of literally everything that you can just keep building. And I think I had a raft in my other game that is just so big it's barely maneuverable. And I don't know where they want to take this game either. So it's there's a bit of story mechanic is in here, and we'll uncover the story over the next few streams. I don't know if there is an end to the story yet, or if it's open-ended. But yeah, there is a bit of mystery to this, and it'll all kind of unfold as we explore more here. Currently, it looks like there isn't any story, but there is. Trust me, there is. It's fascinating too. Beard Goblin, thank you so much for the swift payment for the t-shirts. That was really, really nice. Appreciate that. And also you've uncovered a bit of a mystery about Ko-fi, which is, great. I didn't know this, that you can actually pay any amount you want on Ko-fi. That is really cool. So thank you for kind of casually showing me this. I've just day before, I've connected my thank you. I've connected my Ko-fi account now to Stripe. And that's something you can do. Stripe is, if you didn't know this, Stripe is a credit card processor that lets you take credit card payments. And they're basically just a third party that interlinks being able to take MasterCard, American Express, Visa cards, and let people hack in card details, and you then take money. A bit like PayPal, but without having to have a PayPal account. So while PayPal lets you do this, I'm currently, or up until now, I have taken any kind of payment always via PayPal. And PayPal always encouraged people to say, hey, while you're making that payment, do you want to make an account? And some people really don't like PayPal, and I appreciate that. And it also, the kind of card input dialogue is always the same. So Ko-fi, I think, make it so super easy to create a Stripe account and to connect Stripe. So now I can take payments via Ko-fi that are not involving PayPal, which is great. So at that point, you get the money straight into your bank account rather than into your PayPal account. And I think the rates are a little bit more favorable, and the conditions too. And one of the benefits, and this is really why I'm telling you all this, one of the benefits of Stripe integration is that you can now make payments on Ko-fi using Apple Pay, which is awesome. So if you want to buy me a coffee, you can do that and just literally check out with your thumbprint. That is very cool. So, more streamlined process there. Very exciting. But so that's really why I did it, because I thought, Apple Pay is really, that's nice. I was going to do it anyway, but now with Apple Pay, I thought that's a really nice incentive. So yeah, that works now. But what you've uncovered, Beard Goblin, and that's why I'm so happy about this. What you've uncovered literally is that you can type in a number in Ko-fi and then just pay any amount you want. So a coffee is set at $3, but sometimes people don't want to pay $3. Sometimes people just want to pay $1, and you can do that too. You can just pay $1 and then just do that via Ko-fi. And conversely, you can also say $50, $40, $100, and you can do that, and that also works. So very exciting stuff. Good to know, and you've shown me how that works. Brian and I were both over the moon with Ko-fi. Chris is on Ko-fi, by the way, as well. Great to see that, Chris. I think it's just such a wonderful way to, to get something like that going. That's really cool. So we're getting trippy vision, and that's because we need food. We currently do not have food. We have a little bit of sustenance left here in regards to hydration, but we need some food. So let me go and see if anything is in the barrel. Because, no food, we're going to die. Do we have anything? No. Sometimes there's potatoes in there, but not today. So I suppose for food, there's another barrel over here. Let's build you can hear the stomach noises. Let's build a fishing rod. Quickly do some fishing, because, what's a survival game without fishing mechanics? That really has to be the top priority. Fish, I think you can eat them raw. They're better if you grill them. We're gonna have so much building to do, but we needed a bigger raft to put all these things in there. I can barely make it back on the raft. Come on. Oh, don't let me die, my man. Don't let me die. Come on. On the raft. Raft's moving away from us, of course. Hey man, super trippy moment. I can barely move. Thank you for the sad music already. Crazy stuff. So I think fishing mechanics are really easy in this game. You just throw the rod and wait for something to bite. Which hopefully is edible. There we go. Hey, that's good. I don't know if we can... Can we take the rod out? How do we get the rod out of here? I don't think... Can we eat the raw catfish? Yes, we can. Look at that. Catfish is massive. Oh my goodness. So now, even though we're okay on the hunger front, we're getting bad on the food front. Man, this is just, it's just not in our favor, is it? See if there's anything in here. No! Come back here! Oh. So we can't drink currently because we don't even have a cup to put things in. So I'm gonna go and try to make myself a cup. Very important. Yes, it was a big mystery, so there we go. 4 pieces of plastic. Makes a cup. Alright, empty cup. Fill with salt water. And now you can drink it. And that dehydrates us more than anything, so we can't actually drink salt water. Man, this is uncool. Let's make a small purifier then. Simple purifier. Do we have everything? Yes, look at that. Simple purifier can purify 1 cup of salt water. Oh man. And where is it? Where is the simple purifier? Oh, there it is. Let's put that here. Great. Quickly put that in there. But of course, it takes a bit of... What does it take? Planks. Oh my goodness. Purify the water faster, man. We might not make it. Might have just sealed our fate and killed us. But, you know, hopefully not. I mean, all this needs is kind of distilling its thing. Then we can pick it up again with the cup. Then we can drink it. And then hopefully we're not going to die. That might not happen though. We might still die. Hey, that's great. We can just go pick it up as it passes. Oh my lord, look at that. We can pick it up and drink. Oh. Oh. Barely evaded death here. And look at that beard goblin. This is a bit like on the Flame and the Flood. The mechanic that makes things usable for us, so like the sustenance level, that takes a bit of time for it to kick in, so whew, my goodness. Well, I suppose we're kind of sorted now. We've got our water purifier. While that's purifying things, I can just go and grab my fishing rod and see if I can find more fish as we look literally into the great unknown. Keep an eye on the water. That's all there's to Raft. Fishing, making water, not dying. Boom. Raw pomfret, that's nice. Everything breaks, of course, so the fishing rod breaks. I think the cup doesn't break. The water purifier doesn't break. That's nice. 2 raw pomfrets. Well, let's go eat them. Yeah, look, once you've eaten it, it just takes a bit of time for that food meter to actually come back. Fill with fresh water and drink, my friend. Keep distilling more water. Alright, let's do that for a bit. Hiya! There's different types of fish. Smaller fish, larger fish. Me too, beard goblin. Absolutely. Ooh, raw tilapia. Actually, it's tilapia, isn't it? Depends on which country you're from. I'm inclined to say tilapia, but I think in America they say tilapia. It's a bit like penchant and penchant. And me not being from either of these countries, I'm consistently confused how to pronounce things. Fill with fresh water and drink. Fill with salt water and pour into purifier. There is a trick actually to being in the stream here. Sometimes you find there's no flotsam dropping by, and that means you're not pointing the right way. So when we have a sail, we can actually steer a little bit, and yeah, currently we can't do that. We just go with the flow. And there is something, let me see if that's actually available already. So right mouse button to to have a look at other parts here. These are all the types of parts we can put, so we can make, structures and all that. But there's one thing, I don't know if we have that yet. I don't think we have that yet. Or do we? No, foundation armor, no. I think we have to build it with something else. It's a kind of a net that you put on the outside of your boat, and that just collects things as they float by. But these things, they get unlocked over time. I don't think we have that yet. No, I don't think we have that yet. The basic building platform. I don't think we need anything else right now. We're good just with surviving and, drinking water, making water, and sustenance. I am after some of these barrels, so I must say. And let's go eat that fish. Oh, there's another island. Can you just about make it out on the kind of left of the middle of the screen? Kind of towards the left, going forward. Yes, more tilapia. /tilapia. It also dehydrates us. Have you noticed? When I eat raw fish, it does dehydrate us. Probably because the raw fish has a lot of salt in it. Yes, barrel. Okay, good. Oh, absolutely, isn't it? That is one of the things. Well done, Brian. That's good to know, because that's one of the things that really attracted me to Ko-fi. That the sign-up process itself, both for us as well as for people who support us, it's just so painless. It's just the best user experience that I've had in a long time. Maybe I'm trained to so many bad user experiences that it really stands out if something is just painless. I love the fact that usually user experiences like this, new service, hey, welcome, this is awesome, sign up here, pick a username, give us your email, pick a password, okay, great, we're not going to let you do anything until you've confirmed your email. Then you go, okay, great, that takes 5 minutes, you've confirmed it, that's awesome, do you want to log in? That's great. You need to actually have two-factor authentication. And now that you've set that up, log in, actually just quickly download that Authenticator app and then give us that code and then welcome, you're actually in our freaking system. And you think, okay, great, that's now 20 minutes of my life I'm not getting back. And while that is a great investment in the future, I'm really busy, and all I wanted to do is give Jay $3, and that's really all I wanted to do in the heat of the moment. Now I'm already put off because it took me 20 minutes to get to the point where I can give Jay $3 because my kid needs feeding, my bicycle needs cleaning, or whatever. So it's important that that moment doesn't get lost. So I'm really pleased that with Ko-fi, you just go there and you do it, and nothing else is necessary. I thought that was really cool, and both as a creator and as a supporter, so that works on both levels. I really like that. But with Stripe, I was a little bit ambivalent. I was thinking, well, that's going to take that might get complicated, but it wasn't. That was a really cool thing. It wasn't difficult at all. You just go and just you say, hey, that's me. Great, boom, give us your bank account. That's awesome. Done. That was really nice. So I'm very, very happy about that. And Brian, now that you accept Stripe, I will buy you a coffee with Apple Pay later. I'll see how that works, if and how that works. And I'll let you know. Bit of metal while I'm here underwater. And it also then, once you've hooked it all up to Ko-fi, I find myself very casually supporting more people. That is really nice, I must say. So even on Patreon, while it's easy to do this, it's not actually as smooth as it is on Ko-fi. It's really nice. I bought Chris a coffee yesterday. Welcome to Ko-fi, Chris. I'm so glad that you have a funding option now. It's really nice to see that. And I found myself doing it because, hey, it was just so easy to do, and it's kind of a casual experience. I really like that. Do you know what? Our raft is over there. I was gonna have a look at that island, but I don't have an anchor and I don't want to lose my raft. I can just about see my water purifier in the distance here somewhere. Where is it? Was it here somewhere? Have I lost my raft? And my water purifier? That would be really bad. I'm pretty sure it's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah, now to park at islands isn't actually that easy anymore. You have to go and head over to buy an anchor, or build an anchor that you can set. It's all difficult. Give me those palm leaves. Because, you know, it took us forever to get that water purifier installed and all that, and usable. Plastic. Oh, nicely done. There's other structures that we find, so there's not just islands that we pass by. There's also, I mean, we're not the only people here. I mean, it's just one of those things, where has this mysterious box come from that we've rescued from one of the islands? You know. Fact. Coconut. This is a coconut, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Let's eat it. Oh, that is nice. Of course, Chris, no worries. Really? Chris, that's even cooler. I'm glad that you have a WP Guru mug. But cheers to that. Awesome. To many more coffees. So nice to see that. Okay, speaking of drinking, let us also drink and make more water. I think while I'm okay here on the whole sustenance front, I might see if there is a way for us to make a barbecue. There we go, simple grill, that's the one. Can cook a piece of food, uses planks as fuel, uses also some ropes and some scrap and some planks. Let's make it happen, come on, we have a water purifier. Let's go put a simple grill, maybe over here. Press R to rotate, if I only remember what the R key was. R key was here somewhere. That was not the R key. Yeah, so okay, it's not quite turned into position. I'm okay with that. Let's put planks on there, and if I had fish, I could now put them on there and grill them. Well, let's make sure we fish some more fish, and then we can cook them. It's like camping on the sea. Awesome stuff. Yes, Ko-fi, wonderful options. Brian and I have signed up with Ko-fi Gold because it has cool features, and also it supports Ko-fi. So Ko-fi, if you didn't know this, Ko-fi don't take fees. Patreon finance themselves by people supporting creators, but Ko-fi doesn't do that. So Ko-fi say, hey, we're free. If you want to support Ko-fi as a project, you must do that manually. And Gold is one of those things, annual subscription, 40 something bucks, and you get some additional benefits. But also it supports Ko-fi. And whoops, no, what did you do? Don't throw away the catfish. Oh my god, don't do it. Raw catfish. Just caught it, man. Let's put mackerel on there. I suppose we've got too much stuff. We're carrying too much stuff, as if that's even possible. But yeah, I guess we've got too much stuff. Well, one way to get rid of stuff is to make the raft bigger. Let's do that. Let's expand it, thereby getting rid of stuff. This is good. We're going to expand into the back here, and now we can go pick up more stuff and fish more stuff. Fill with fresh water and a drink. I always make it a point to put something here that in case I do drown, I do dehydrate, I can pick stuff up pretty easily. That's, one of those things. Neville! Top of the evening to you. Very good to see you, my friend. Good evening. to all the way down under. Now we can eat cooked mackerel. And that's actually better for us than raw mackerel. So I'll put the raw mackerel on here and I'm gonna go eat my cooked mackerel. Ah, there we go. And let's do more fishing. Yes, let's do more fishing. Man's gotta eat and all. Neville, I'm on the ocean. I'm so far away from everything. From anything. Look at that. I mean, there's literally nothing around us. It's only on the ocean. Boss Rom TV, hello. Welcome to the stream. Very good to see you. Welcome to a rafting session. Ah, you've just witnessed us literally fish the last piece of fish with the last piece of rod. I need to make another rod now. Because everything breaks. Look at that, we need some rope here. Beard Goblin, I've explained this earlier. This is kind of nice. So to make the fishing rod, I need some planks. I've got some planks, but I also need some rope. Don't have any rope. So I can make some rope with palm leaves. And usually in survival games, and I find that a really cool mechanic, usually in survival games you think, to make rope I need to go and find where I need to make rope now. Somewhere. It's somewhere here. How do I make rope? It's in here somewhere. And it'll take some time. There it is. So I can go and make some rope from here. I can click that and then, click on that rope and then go and say craft rope. But with Raft, it's a really nice mechanic. I can literally go and say I need to make a fishing rod, and if I have the ingredients to make rope, I can just go click this. So rather than having to go into another recipe, you can just go and say, I need some ropes for that. There we go, perfect. Now I have enough ropes and now I can craft the fishing rod. That's really nice. So it's just a really neat mechanic. I thought you might get a kick out of that. Boss Rom TV, where are you joining us from today? Just so that I know in the future if I need to say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Oh, don't do that. Don't throw things away, my man. Might be at a point where we need to start making some lockers. Brian, what do you think? Let's make some lockers. Can we make some lockers? Can we craft some kind of storage? Small storage, there we go. Requires 8 plastic. Man, I don't have that. I've got more rope, I can do that. But football 007 Mech Games. Hello, very good to see you. That's quite a handful of a username there. Welcome. Well, it looks like we need a ton of plastic just to be able to build storage, to put other stuff away. And that's before we set our sail onto that island there. Okay, plastic it is. Sometimes you can just pick these things up as they pass, like that. But you have to be fairly close to them, so that hook mechanic is not everyone's cup of tea. As long as the shark isn't getting you, you can just go jump off and jump in quickly and see if you can pick some other stuff up. 7 to build some storage. That is that's crazy. Well, I'm gonna go and put that raw beet on the grill. Put it on the babby, mate. Ah, yes. More plastic. That, I guess, is what we need. Always good to have a plank or 2. Hiya! We can eat this raw. What happened to the mackerel? There was a mackerel here, wasn't there? Hey, that's gone. That's terrible. I might have to just eat this raw, only because I just don't have the room anymore. Is there anything I could discard off? I can't really, is there? I could turn all these into ropes. I think that's a great idea. Let's go do that. Let's go turn all my palm leaves into ropes. There we go. That's almost freeing up a slot of stuff here. Oh, barrel. Never say no to a barrel. Contains potato too. Oh, there's more funky stuff underneath here. Such as What is this? Oh, look at that mysterious crate. Wow. Has bolts and nails and all that. You see, I would love to stay and explore this area. Maybe we have enough stuff to make an anchor. Because there's so many resources here. I don't want to go just past it. I'm inclined to just go and see if we can make ourselves an anchor. And to just stay at least in the vicinity of this island. Fell ourselves another tree. I don't know if I can make an anchor yet. Let's see. Don't know if I can actually jump back on the thing. On the raft. Okay, anchor. Quickly. Godspeed, everyone. Anchor. Shark bait. Rope. Throwable anchor. Can we make it? Yes, let's do that. All right. Had to just throw the throwable anchor away, which is terrible. Perhaps this guy... Put the tilapia on here. Great. Throwable anchor. Come back. And indeed, yes, put it here. Perfect. And I suppose I just throw it overboard like that. That's it. I think that's it. And that means we're now kind of anchored in position. We don't flow with the tide anymore. As you can see by all the flotsam. The flotsam also stays in place, interestingly. Alrighty. This is our anchor. We're not going to follow it. We're just going to go and see if we can pick up some of the stuff around here. Whoops. Inclusive and especially plastic. So we need, what was it again? 8 plastic pieces to build some storage. How many do we have? How many do we have? 8. So there we go. I think maybe 8 was what we needed. Let's go and see if we can build ourselves a little locker here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe here. Can we build that? Storage, comma, simple. Small storage, yes indeed. 8 plastic. Nice. So, yeah, alright then. That's great. And now we can decant stuff into the storage. I mean, it is seriously small. There is larger storage available later. Like blueprints. What are we going to do with that? Receiver blueprint. Oh, yes. Good stuff. Antenna blueprint. Sounds important. Not something we can do anything with just yet. But there. So stuff we throw away that literally doesn't last long. Ouch. Let me see if I can collect... Let me see if I can collect more plastic then. So we can build more storage. 8 pieces of plastic. We can make it happen. 1, 2. Creeper, how you doing? I didn't see you there. All the way from India. Awesome. Good afternoon in that case. Very good to see you all. I'm so glad you're enjoying Raft with me. That is so nice. It is not my first playthrough, but I don't think I've ever finished it. I've had a look at it and I thought, this would be a really nice game to share with everyone. Wood. You can never have enough wood. So 8 pieces of plastic. I think we have about 6, if I read that correctly. Yes, that's 7. Come on, one more. And can we have one more? Somewhere in the vicinity. And then we're going to have a look at that little island. I think this is plastic here. This is plastic. Oh yes. So plastic is sometimes this pink little corner. Sometimes it's a little container, empty type container. And there's just so much of it around. I think this game is made with Unity. I think. I don't think... I read that somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure. So if you know for sure what game engine this is made with, do let me know. It'd be really interesting to have that confirmed. I think it's Unity. There we go. Nice. Cooked tilapia. Let's have that. Also, is anything else cookable? To eat things, you always have to put them on the bottom shortcut slot here, otherwise they're not accessible. So I could also cook the potato here. That's nice. And I should also drink some water. Ah, nice. Fill that up again. Very tasty. Okay, more storage. This opens like that, so I suppose we're going to build a row of storage around here. Let's do that. Small storage. Oh, we need more rope. Oh, there we go. That's a nice little mechanic here to make more rope this way. Perfect. And let's put it right next to it somehow. I will work out what the R button is on the controller. I've forgotten how I've mapped that. There, perfect. So great, now we can put some more scrap in here and some more planks. So maybe the items stack until a particular value, like 20, I think is the most that you can scale it to. Yeah, pineapple seed, that's another little thing. We can actually grow our own food on the raft as time goes on. These things here, like metal, they can be smelted, I believe. And the ropes, I don't think we need to take them with us either. That hammer, I think we're going to keep. And that's nice. Okay. Anchor, by the way, we can lift that again. But these are disposable anchors, these throwable ones. So if you drop them in, they literally disappear next time you pick them up. So yeah, you can't reuse them. My goodness, Brian, yes, thank you for reminding me. I was going to ask you about that. That was quite an interesting thing. So yeah, Brian was approached by someone on ArtStation if he could do some teaching iClone in India. That is very, very cool. What a cool, I mean, this is just how it happens sometimes, isn't it? So don't discount places that you think, yeah, what's the point of that social network? Is ArtStation a social network? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, Steve did. How exciting. So yeah, it's always nice when these things happen because, you know, people connect in the most amazing way. So yeah, ArtStation, who would have thought? It's a really cool idea. So tell me more about that, Brian, because that is just so interesting. So Steve referred them, and they wanted you to do tutorials or literally go to India and teach it there to a class. Because that would be, I mean, either option is seriously cool. I might just go up on the island and then pour myself another cup of coffee. Actually, yeah, speaking of coffee, I have this cup here, which is more like a thermal cup by Primula. But so you can drink from it, but you can't really pour it out without making a complete mess. My other cup is in the dishwasher. That's a Starbucks cup that kind of does that. But I think I really need to invest into a proper thermal flask, because otherwise I can't fill up my WP Guru mug. Which of course is yours to get if you type in !mugs. You will get one. I mean, you can order one. You don't just get one. You have to order one first. But so in order to circumvent that, I got another cup, which is also an insulated one. This is a wood grain mug, actually. Let me show you this in full screen. This is made by Manor. And I believe LGR, Clint Bassinger, he would love this because it's got wood grain. And it's got an inset that is indeed insulated, so it's kind of chunky on the outside, but it is very slim on the inside, but it keeps my coffee warm. So of course that is something that I'm going to have to use as an additional mug. When I've made my coffee, I can have to pour it out over so many of these insulated mugs so that it keeps the coffee warm. So I think I'm going to buy myself a thermos flask into which I can decant coffee so I can have it from my WP Guru mug, like Chris does. Thank you, Chris. So yes, had to switch mugs there. If the bot is kind enough to work, so it looks like the bot isn't actually working. I believe there is a way that I can actually pin this to the top of the chat so that the mug is available to purchase all the time. But that takes a little bit of real estate away from the chat window. So I might try that tomorrow and we can all have a look at what the effect is. Yeah, I've found that option in YouTube there somewhere. The flowers, I'm not going to pick up the flowers. We're already pretty slim on the inventory as it is. But these trees I shall fell as it rains dramatically in the middle of the ocean where there's just no world. What happened to the world? That is what I want to know. Everything's water. We have tiny islands. We've got mysterious plastic crates everywhere. What happened to the world? Am I the only person left? Which does remind me, we didn't quite read the rest of that letter earlier. Might actually do that. Oh, there we go. Watermelon. More watermelon. Tree? Fellable. Oh, yes. Mango tree. Oh, that's nice. Mango seed. Look at that. Nice. Do you know, yes, I would do that too. If I was younger and I could just go and pause my life for a little bit, yeah, I would totally do that as well. I would go. Do you know, Brian, but it kind of depends how long you've been with your employer. Because if you've been with them for a while and you tell them, hey, I need a 6-month stint elsewhere, they may just say, actually, yeah, considering that you've been with us for so long, why not? I mean, I think it's considered a sabbatical. If you've been somewhere 6 months and you say, I need a year off, yeah, that might not go down so well. But if you've been with somebody, with an employer for as long as you have, there may well be an opportunity for them to say, you know, Ryan, we understand, you know, we totally understand that you may need to, that you might need to do something else to recharge your batteries. Means you will remain an asset to us. Still sorry to hear about those YouTube videos that you had to take down there. That was not nice. Considering the amount of work that went into making them. There's me thinking I could pick up a multitude of exciting goodies on the ocean floor here, but it looks like might not be the case. Oh, there we go. Hook necessary to pick this up. I think is this stone? Metal ore. There we go. Yeah, it's always good to have some metal ore. As well as, I don't know, whatever this is. Stone, perhaps. Stone, I don't think I need stone. I think I have enough stone. The moment I say that, that's when I need a ton of stone. Scrap is always good. I think we can make exciting structures from scrap. Oh my goodness, really? You also do coffee mugs. How exciting! This is Neville, that's cool. You know, coffee mugs, they're just so important for me. I love to get some more designs out for my coffee mugs. I refuse to put my face on it though, because even though that is doing really well, according to YouTube thumbnail research, anything with your face in it does extremely well. So YouTube thumbnails that have some kind of face in it, no matter if it's preferably yours, it's somehow brand recognition. I just don't think it's not for me. But you know, the majority of people appear to click more on thumbnails that have the face of the creator in it, because you know, your face is your brand and all. So no chance they're going to let you go for 6 months. Because I mean, if you're spending 4 months teaching, we might want to spend some time exploring the country while you're there. What did they say? Did they mention any compensation for this, or was it just and they wanted definitely a non-remote teacher had to be there? Because I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool if you could wangle that from the comfort of your own home? I mean, that would be ideal. in times of COVID and all that, traveling isn't exactly realistic right now, especially international travel. Mom! My star mom has arrived. That is cool. Everyone, for those of you who don't know, Martina is my mom. She drops in every so often. Welcome, Mom. I'm so glad to see you. I'm currently spending some quality time in the open waters. This is where we are right now. We have a small island that we've just passed by, and we can pick up some stuff to build more stuff. This here in the distance there, you can just about see it floating up. I think this is where our raft is. I hope that's where it was. Otherwise I don't know how I'm going to get there. I'm just exploring the ocean floor a little bit. And then we're on our way again. So this game, Mom, is all about resource hunting and making things out of basic building blocks. Oh, you didn't get that far. Oh, got you. Okay. Yeah, I can see why that is an issue. The thing is, I think though, Brian, you really might have a niche market there, because I remember when the iClone people approached me to make tutorials, I wasn't comfortable doing it either, because I just know nothing about iClone. So it would have involved me getting into the software and then making tutorials about it, and I already have so much on my plate that it just wasn't really feasible. But you already know quite a bit of iClone, so I'm thinking there is a shortage of good iClone tutorials out there, especially when it comes to making things with it. So rather than explaining features of the software out of context, there is a shortage, I believe, of tutorials that say, like a project-based approach, you know, like let's make this, and this is the software we're using with it, but I'm not really explaining the software, I'm more explaining the project I'm making, and I'm also explaining how to use this particular software in that context. I think that's there's a shortage of these things. Like, you know, you can explain Dash Studio feature by feature, but that doesn't really put in context of, hey, I want to build this scene and I'm using Dash Studio to use it. So it's kind of, you know, that's what I'm thinking. If you use iClone that way, which is what you do, I think that has a certain appeal, you know. Yeah, I hear you on that front. This is where I'm still thinking your over-the-shoulder videos are great, because it is also something users can identify with, that they say, you know, I don't know the software. This is why I'm watching the video. It's kind of nice to see that other people also don't know the software. I got this comment on many of my streams, actually, that people say, no, please don't take them offline or don't make them unlisted. I think there's a real value in people like you just basically stumbling through software, not really knowing how it works, but figuring out how to do it while they're doing it, so that people find that very enjoyable. But I also have to admit, I don't always feel super comfortable doing that. Do you know what I mean? You really have to be in the mood for that. So yes, I totally agree with that, Brian. Mangoes. There's tons of seeds now. Look at that. I've got mango seeds. I've got what is this then? This is watermelon seeds, palm seed, and pineapple seed. And that is nice. I'm gonna go eat myself some mango here. Ah, nice. Sustenance. Watermelon I'm going to leave for a while. I might just do some fishing while I'm out here. I think, have we done everything on the island and underneath? Yeah, I think we have. Let's go remove that anchor. Look at that. Now anchor is gone and we're floating back, and we're going to leave that island behind. So while I'm thinking about it, I might just go build myself another anchor. So if we do find something in a hurry. Yeah, more rope. There we go. Good stuff. If we find something in a hurry, I can just go drop that anchor if and when it's necessary. Look at that little graffiti on the bucket there. Very nice. There. Put plank, and now we're drifting again. I'll go do some fishing. Can never have enough fish. Yes, that is true. That is absolutely true, Brian. It's kind of a new segment, isn't it? It's kind of an entertainment type segment, doing stuff with software. And people watch it because it's entertaining to watch other people do stuff with software. But there's a different kettle of fish, which is the proper tutorial in which you're showing a certain thing concise and to the point. As some people take it to the next level and they show you a highly complex process in 60 seconds. Doesn't always work. But like the 5-minute approach. Oops. That's kind of nice. I tend to go on a bit with stuff. I tend to do this sometimes a bit too in depth. People have told me that some of my videos are best watched in 1.5 times the speed, which is great. We have that option on YouTube. Other tutorials I have to watch literally on 0.75% of speed, like the guy from Games from Scratch. He tends to talk so fast that I'm thinking, whoa, dude. Slow down. I can't hear you. I can't hear your words. I'm carrying too much stuff again. Oh, this is a coconut. We can eat that coconut. I might just make more storage. Go grab this. It's Jay's locker music that we need again. Later on, we can make bigger storage containers, but right now we have to make do with these little ones. If only I could remember where they are. Storage. Come on. Small storage. 2 rope. Oh, don't do that. That's terrible. This is really bad. Right, I'm gonna have to eat the coconut. That's good. And then I can pick up the rope. And now I can go and make myself some... Why do we need rope for a storage container, might I ask? Answers on a postcard. Yes, storage goes here. Perfect. And now in storage, we're going to put lots of seeds. And maybe I'm going to already sort this out into certain types of lockers. So like, I think I had some seeds in here now. So all the seeds go into this locker. It's going to be my seed locker. There's also more rope that I had in here. So that can be stacked up to a value of 20. There's also this. I think that can be also stacked here. And some more of that. I think that can only be stacked to 20. Good. Okay, so put that here. Yes. And those kinds of things here, like copper and stuff, maybe that can go in here. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, so copper and sand, I'll put that in the other locker. And then that's all stackable. We'll put metal into here. Oh yeah, and clams. Not sure what we need clams for just yet, but you know, I'm sure it'll all become clear eventually. That can go here. Sand can go in here. Oh yeah, and that is also a seed, so that goes here. Perfect. Man, look at that. We've missed that structure here. You see that over there? That was not an island. And I was so busy doing things in the lockers that I totally missed that. So what a shame. It is indeed, yes. Sorry, Beard Goblin. Yes, we've missed it. I mean, I could try swimming there. I don't know if I'm going to get back there. I can just go throw my anchor. Let's do that. Whew. Thank you for reminding me. We have the anchor. Let's go pick up plastic while we're here. Also, eat some watermelon. There's 2 bites in every watermelon. Yes, so these rafts that are sailing by, I mean, they quite clearly say or they quite clearly explain that we're not the only people around in this world. There's other people that must have made that raft. And that's kind of mysterious, isn't it? I mean, what happened here? Mass flooding? Has the worst really come to fruition? Not a viral attack? It's been something along the lines of, hey, polar caps have melted, everything is underwater. Pick up the barrel. Oh my goodness, look at that. Raw beet. Totally gonna eat that. We need all the storage space that we can get. I don't think there's a way to upgrade things that we carry. Aha! Awesome, huh? The thing is though, I think as soon as we jump on, this thing is gonna sink. So we have to be a little bit hoppla-hoppy. He's got a little structure going here with wafty things, and he's got a bed. Look at that recipe for fish stew. Yeah, so this thing is now gonna sink. So we literally have one chance to jump on there and then quickly get it, and then it'll just be removed from the world, I guess, if it hits a certain spot down there. Bye, mini raft. At least we could salvage some stuff, such as a recipe for fish stew. Recipe that can be cooked in a pot. That would suggest we have to make a pot, which suggests we're going to have to make a stove. This is our raft over there, just about over there. I'm so glad I picked the peaceful option, because you know you can't really explore any of these things if you're under constant threat that the what's his face here, that the shark gets you. I'll pick up some more plastic on the way so we can make more storage. There's also things, so to open more things up in the game, you have to, on one hand you have to collect stuff, but you also have to make something called a research table. There's a compass eventually as well. This research table, that'll unlock a lot of other stuff. So like a compass would have told us the way back. I just about remembered which way was back, but this isn't easy to figure that out. I think though that you can literally, if you lose your raft, if you really don't know the way back, if you lose your raft, you can literally build a new one from scratch with this thing. So I think you can make a new part and just literally start with a new part of a raft that will then be your new raft, I think. I've never had to do it, so let's hope we're not gonna have to find out. I think I might just go expand the raft in this direction here, because we do have a lot of pieces. So yes, as we do this, our raft is just going to go and grow. There's more precious plastic over here. I might just go pick that up. Hey shark! And now we're man-eater. Do you find that if you've been playing video games for a while, do you find that genres that used to be genres merge together into something that are no longer clear-cut genres? Like, I mean, this, you could say it's a simulation game. You could also say it's kind of a role-playing game. It's also a roguelike simulation crafting type game. Oh, look at that. There's another little island over there. That is cool. Let's see if we can drift there. Racing games in particular, they seem to have vanished because a racing element has been introduced in many other games that are no longer just about racing. Interesting, isn't it? How that's evolved in such a fairly short amount of time. I mean, it's been like 20 years and we no longer have clean-cut genres of games. All right, off we go. Also notice this, I don't know how they've made this, but if I look, I think we had the same with Subnautica, which is why I'm thinking this is a Unity game. If you look here on the right hand side, we can see that there's an island. As you now think, oh, there's an island, so you look at it straight away, island kind of disappears. What's all that about? It only becomes visible in the outsides of your eye corners. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Anyway, Subnautica had the same issue. Just saying. Grilling myself another pomfret here. Perhaps also having a cup of water. Just going to, put more water in here. Place the planks. I should already prepare my next anchor, so that we can park by the island here. Anchor. Throwable. More ropes necessary. We can make that happen. And more stone. So I think we have stone in one of these. Is this a stone? No. That's in here. Stone. Stone. There we go. Perfect. Stone. All right. Craft anchor. All right. Perfect. Is this a good anchor position here? I'll put that here. Nice. And as we get closer to the... Come back here. As we get closer to the island, I'll go and throw my anchor. I can also, with my paddle, if we're kind of veering away from it, I can just go and paddle myself over there. It's either to the piece I want to pick up here, maybe this, or go to... Come on. Go closer to the island if I wanted to park closer to the island. Yeah, it looks like we're going that way, so I'll go and paddle a little bit closer to the island. Come on! What are your plans for this afternoon, guys? Anything particular that's on the agenda, or for the weekend? I'm going to look more into Unreal Engine. Very excited to try out that line casting, or the ray casting slash line, whatever it's called, bouncing in Unreal Engine, to figure out the exact place of where I can plant my plants on Jay's farm. That's my plan for this afternoon. Was there another raft over here? Did I just see something out of the corner of my eye? No. Okay, no worries. There, grilled fish. I think you can actually... You can kill the shark and then grill him as well, I think. I've never really tried myself. I'll just put a couple of fish onto the barbecue here, and then we'll have a look on the island. There, grilled tilapia. Oh, looks like I have... Do I have 6, or is it 6 or is it 8 pieces? Plastic. All right. I think we can make some more storage. Ah, no, it's only 6. Oh, no worries. Next time. Yeah, so Unreal Engine is on the agenda for me over the weekend. How about you guys? What are your plans? It's a good, nice weekend. Brian, also, how about work? Is work starting for you again next week? Or are you still off next week? Stones. Forgot about how... Oh, this is metal ore. I forgot about how important stones are to make anchors. So I'll go pick up some more. I thought they were... Oh, my hook is gone. Look at that. I need a hook, otherwise I can't bang the stones out of the ground. So I need to make myself a new hook. See if I have enough stuff for that. Plastic hook. There we go. We have it. Plastic hook. Ooh, beard goblin. Oh my god, that is advanced. You can do that? So essentially you could recreate an exact height map of any place on Earth, really. Is that right? Is that right? Oh my god, that is amazing. Do you know, with those, this is one of those things, with those types of tricks, no wonder architectural visualizations become more and more exciting. I mean, imagine somebody buys a plot of land and they say, we're going to build X, Y, and Z on it, but let's just play with it in 3D and see if it actually makes sense and if it's feasible to do that. And you just make a height map of the exact plot of land that you're building stuff on. Oh my God, you can do that? That is so cool. What do you need for that? I mean, I wouldn't even know where to begin getting my hands on satellite GPS data, A. B, how to then get it into Unreal Engine, or C, how to create a height map out of it. Wow. This is, I think, what this small example really sums up why I'm so excited about 3D, because the stuff you can make, you just think, hey, it doesn't matter if the render looks great or not. Just that thought example and making it happen on your laptop, on your computer. Wow, that's just mind-blowing, isn't it? And it's not even important if whatever outcome comes out, if it's shareable with the world, if it's something that other people can appreciate. Man, bollocks to that. I'm having an awesome time making that happen. That's really what I take away from 3D. That's why it's just so cool to immerse myself with all these technologies. Kevin, welcome. I'm so glad you're enjoying Raft. It is a wonderful game. It is so addictive. And again, a bit like what I was just saying about the 3D world in general, this is a little bit what I enjoy about these kind of building, crafting, survival games. Ooh, pineapple. All right. That you literally start with a simple few building blocks and you make out of it what you will. I mean, you can literally build the biggest raft the world has ever seen. You can have tons and tons of floors that you can go up on. We're starting literally with one square of nothingness that just floats in the endless blue. And eventually we'll have such a big raft. We're going to have such a good time with this. I'm glad you're here, Kevin. Awesome. I'm playing this every Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So today and tomorrow, and then again next Saturday. If you want to join us, that would be great. Have you played this game before? I'm about 30 hours in, and I'm still very much enjoying it. Look at that watermelon. Awesome. See if I can fell that tree up there. Yes, we can. Hiya! Oh, right, World Machine will let you do that. Okay. Oh, really? This another piece of the puzzle falls into place, Beard Goblin. I didn't even know World Machine had a free option. I don't know if you know this guy, but Vladimir Chopin, he's originally from Russia, but he's in Utah now. And he does lots and lots of funky tutorials on things like World Machine. He also uses TerraGen, World Machine, Plant Machine. Very nice to he does great tutorials. He is very pleasant to listen to as well. I remember watching his old hexagon tutorials, and they were much like what I was saying earlier. They were project based. It wasn't about, hey, here's hexagon, this is feature A, this is feature B, because those types of tutorials are always very dry. Now he goes, no, I'll just show you hexagon, and you just sit down, have a cup of coffee, and he goes and says, oh, it's a little build a little robot, and you bolt this onto that, and then you extrude this from here to that. It's just so pleasant to watch. Yes, so and since hexagon hasn't changed in years, they're still very much up to date. But he kept at it, so he makes amazing tutorials. Vladimir Chopin, that is his name. Oh, that's the wrong thing, of course. I need to use my hook to remove the copper from here. Beautiful soundtrack by Yannick Schmidt from Germany. Yes, how old is he? 22. My goodness. Ooh, 22, 24. Awesome. has been, according to his website, made music from a very early age. Also a multi-instrumentalist, not just one instrument. He gets it. He just is musically inclined on so many levels. It's just beautiful to see that when people are so talented. Hopefully the soundtrack is expanded. There's currently about 20 minutes worth of music in Raft by Yannick. And the songs come out kind of spread out. So there's just 20 minutes of no music, and then there's another track. And so very nice. It doesn't get in the way. It's not there all the time, but you do miss it when it's gone. So I'm sometimes thinking I wish there was a bit more music in this game. So maybe, so this being early access and all, maybe that's going to happen in the future. Well, if and when you work out how to do it, Beard Goblin, do let me know. That is something I've never played with World Machine, but the idea of bringing in GPS data is just great. It's almost like the same approach and the same principle of using the mega scans, isn't it? That's just saying, hey, anything I build looks artificial, so pick up crate. Woo! Tons of planks. Oh my goodness, what is that? That looks crazy. But this is just because I couldn't carry it all. This is like tons of planks being wrapped up. It's such a shame. The moment I go back here, this is no longer going to be here, I don't think. We have so much stuff. We don't have enough storage to put it all on our raft. What a shame. We can always try. Yes, like mega scans, it's basically the same thing, isn't it? You go, well, let's just scan reality and import that into Unreal Engine or into any kind of 3D world. Where is my raft? Oh, there. Okay. Well, whichever way works, I'd be interested to do that, including where and how do you get raw 3D data. That's another puzzle that would spring to my mind. How do you do that? It's a bit like HDR Haven, I guess. There's always some kind of service sometime that just goes and says, hey, have reality, we've scanned it for you. So phenomenal. Wood. I see we have a ton of wood here, but we don't have enough plastic to expand the raft. That's interesting, isn't it? We have a couple, so we can just put a couple of pieces up here and there, turn it into a really good looking raft. Yeah, more plastic necessary for storage. Oh, there's another raft over there. Look at that. That's another raft. That is cool. Maybe... are we empty enough? Yes, I think so. Put that down here. This thing is something we can eat. And then this guy is something we can put on there. Perfect. So let's eat that. And before I forget, let's see if we can pick up some more plastic and go to that raft over there. Oh, interesting. Wow. Good to know. Yeah, if you have a full workflow going, let me know about it. That's something I'm keen to explore. And I do agree with you. I mean, while the sculpting tools of landscapes and the whole approach to landscape in Unreal Engine is absolutely marvelous, really beautiful, it would be really cool to plug in some some real world data, even if it doesn't have a relation to real world in the game, if you know what I mean. Not that if I'm trying to build Salisbury and I'm taking in the whole surrounding area of Salisbury and put that in Unreal Engine, doesn't mean I have to call my game, Stonehenge or whatever. But it would probably just give it a bit more of a natural feel. I'm just thinking then you go and you add something like Gurkhan's unbelievable landscape shader to the whole mix. My goodness, you're going to be building open source, open worlds with no issues. We all have a god complex, don't we? Oh, really? In this game, Neville? Or was this something in the real world? Very resourceful, that. And then you actually have a floating island, I suppose. In the real world. How exciting! Stuff, ideas people come up with, huh? I saw a van the other day from the Salvation Army. I don't know why that pops into my head. I suppose it's because you said the island made out of plastic bottles. On the side of the van, so it's the van that basically collects stuff. If you have stuff that you want to give to the Salvation Army, you just go and call them, and they send a van, and then two strong men will just go and carry it all out. So like an old couch or an old cupboard or whatever, van comes and collects it, and then makes good use of it. So on the side of the van, it said, if you have something to donate, just call us and consider donating stuff like your car or your boat. And I was thinking, your boat? Last time I checked, I don't have a spare boat that I would want to donate to the Salvation Army. So if you do have a boat or an island made out of plastic bottles that you do want to donate, Salvation Army will take it off your hand. Exciting stuff. I wonder how many plastic bottles you'd need in order for that to float. Probably not actually that many. There. Shum hole, brother. Small storage. Haha. Put that onto here. Put that over here. Yeah. I'm trying to line this up, which isn't easy with a joystick mouse. Yes, it's a little crooked. It's a little crooked. It's fine though. Let's put all this stuff into a recipe for fish stew. Well, we're going to come back to that later for sure. That, I suppose, do we not have a storage that has that already in there? Yes, we do. Clay. There we go. Good stuff. Coconut, we can eat that. Oh, there's also this, of course. I totally forgot about that. Is copper. Yes, copper. Anything else? Sand can go in here. Oh, that's nice. This is a hinge. Hinge and all metal-y stuff. We can put that here. Let's do that. More of that goes in here. And then these are, of course, stones. Let's put that in here as well. And seaweed, I think that was already covered in another locker. There we go. And then palm leaves, I suppose. Yeah, we can leave the palm leaves in here as well. Well, I'd rather in here. And some emergency plastic. There we go. Storage full already. Crazy. So now, before we go, I'm going to go eat my pineapple here. That leaves some storage free, and it hydrates me a bit. You can also eat a coconut. I'm hoping that as I return to the island, this whole bunched up thing that we've just left behind, that's partly what was in that crate at the bottom, is still around. Because I have a feeling as we come back to this game, when you save it and reload it, I'm pretty sure that would be gone. But maybe because we haven't quite done that yet, perhaps. Perhaps it's still floating around. It was like this big ball of stuff. Hopefully it's still here. Come on. Maybe it's drifted off. Could have been drifting away. But I guess we're not so lucky. My goodness, he has a small house. That is amazing. And it all just floats. You know, those types of ideas, they'll become more important as water levels keep rising. As demonstrated in this game here. How interesting, Neville. Very cool. Oh yes, please do, absolutely. Beard Goblin, that's exciting. Yeah, world streaming, I've heard a lot about this whole principle, and many games use it. Unity have made big strides in improving it, if I understand it correctly. But I don't know how, if and how we as developers, do we need to implement that somehow? Or is it just working out of the box? Is it essentially just a tick box that just goes and streams stuff into and out of memory? I thought they had already implemented that in Unreal Engine. But again, it's one of those features that I've read about, but if and how it works, I don't know. I might think we're just going to spend the night on the island. What do you think? So much to explore, isn't it? It's unlikely that we'll ever get bored with figuring things out in the 3D world. Which is why it's such a cool hobby to have. Yeah, I think that stuff's gone. I shouldn't have picked up that crate. I didn't know it was so packed on the whole carrying stuff front. I'm always sad when this happens. So this is something that the game doesn't do very well. When you drop something into the world, it looks like a box, like a generic icon. Then if you can have about 10 seconds to pick it up again, and then it just gets deallocated, and that's just a shame, because sometimes you've got so much cool stuff, and you know. There we go. I think I might go save my world here. There we go. And say goodbye to you, and we'll pick this up tomorrow when we go back on another little float on the raft. I say, that is the plan. My friends, thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful day out on the open waters. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be back. Watch out for some exciting DAS videos, of course, and other exciting stuff on my Patreon feed trickling in on YouTube over the next week or two. I hope you can make it. I wish you all the best of luck today as Jay saves the world. Exactly, Brian. I wish you all the luck today with all the GPS Unreal Engine integrations there. I hope it's going to be exciting, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My friends, take care. Bye-bye.